Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the challenges that we face in our garden. Because we all know that gardening isn't always rosy and fun. There are challenges that we face. You have insects, you have diseases, you have plants that you don't know what's going on. And so I just wanted to talk to you about some of the things that we face in our garden. So I'm going to show you a couple of problem areas that we have been trying to work on. We are out in the field now, and I have two sections of sunflower. This is the first one right here, and these are taller sunflowers, and there's no problem in this section right here. But this is the problem section that I have right here. These are shorter sunflowers, and I don't know if you can see it, but you see some nice big sunflower there, and then suddenly you see these little ones right here. You see some more right here. Well, the gopher has been feasting on these sunflowers. See, you have another section right here with some new ones, and then over here you have half of the rows are all new sunflowers. Well, when I planted this sunflower field here, this row was full of sunflowers like this. And slowly, the gopher has been eating away until there's no more on this side. And so what we ended up doing is we ended up planting some more sunflowers and putting new ones in here to replace the ones that has been eaten. So you could see all the little ones right there. So you'll have two different kinds of sunflower in this field, as you could see here. And here's a gopher hole right here. You could see there was a sunflower right there, and the gopher ate it. So far so good. It has been a few days since we've seen the activity of the gopher in here, and the sunflowers are looking so healthy. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope for the best that the gopher will not eat any more of my sunflowers. Okay, so the other section that I wanted to talk to you about is a little bit more towards the front of the house. So we're walking a lot in my yard. But before we go there, I wanted to show you this empty spot right here in my dahlia box. This is my dahlia box. And the dahlia that was here had some fungus problem. So we dug it up and we took it away because we didn't want the other dahlia to catch whatever that dahlia has. But I want to show you what happened to that dahlia. So here is that dahlia. It was very unfortunate. I think that the dahlia has suffered, in addition to the fungal infection, it suffered some transplant shock. And I grew this from a tuber, and it was doing so well. Look how big it is. But so I'm just gonna see if it'll come back and show any more of the infection that it has. I'm just gonna isolate it by itself. And so the next section I wanted to show you is this section right here by our parking lot. You see some dahlias there, you see some petunias, and these are some irises, I believe. Yes, irises. No, these are gladiolas, not irises. These are gladiolas right here. And we do have some iris in the other section of the garden over there. But This section here has a mixture of different things here, and you can see all the petunias that I planted over here. And then interspersed you have the gladiolus, and then over here in the section right here I have some of the dahlias that I planted from tubers as well. Well, this section right here used to be full of gladiolus, and these are the only remaining gladiolus I have left. And we found out that the gopher also likes gladiolus and has eaten most of my tubers. And so this right here is a gopher hole. There's another gopher hole right there. So in order to fill this area with something, since we don't have the gladiolus anymore, we decided to put some dahlias and petunias here. And oddly enough, the gopher does not bother the petunias. So we haven't seen any of the activities that suggest otherwise. But this dahlia here is fairly new. I used to have another dahlia here, and the gopher ate it. And so they like dahlias a lot. So they like sunflowers, they like dahlias, and they like gladiolus. Those are the things that we're finding out as we garden. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next section that is giving us problem as well. Okay, so this is the next section I wanted to talk to you about, and this is next to our gate. This is our entrance here, and we have a gate that we put up against it like this. And we wanted to put something in this area here so that when people come in they can see some flowers. And as you can see over here, we have some marigolds, and we grew those from seeds. And then we have some petunias there, and then we have a lot of alyssum, and we grew those from seed as well. And then you can see the stalk right here. And so you can probably see that we have a mixture of different things in this section here, interspersed all over the place. And then we have some volunteer cosmos from last year. You can see this one right here. It's actually blooming. Show you the flowers right here. And then there's some more cosmos right there. And then I have some status right here that we grew from seed, and the status are beginning to flower as well. We have some white ones and purple ones. There's a white one right here and purple one right here. Okay, so we're looking at this area here, and you can see some bald spots right there, and a lot of spaces in between. Where you see the petunia, that area used to have marigolds. So the gopher has been feasting on the marigolds here. So we didn't know that gopher likes marigolds, but so we have a hole right here, you can see right there. And here's another petunia where marigold used to be. And we actually had to buy more marigolds from the store to fill in the areas that the gopher has been feasting on. So we've been keeping an eye on this area here, and so far we haven't seen any new activity going on. This one is an old gopher hole, but you can see how nice it looks over there. It's got all sorts of marigolds, and then you turn over here, you've got some bald spots, and that's because the gopher has been digging in this area. I wanted to show you the gladiolas I have here. This was from last year, but this is probably the only gladiola I'm going to have this year, unless the ones over at the other side blooms, but the gopher has not eaten that one yet. So those are the problem areas that we face in our garden. And I wanted to end on a positive note, because even though sometimes it can be discouraging and it does take a lot of work to care for a garden, it is very satisfying and rewarding to see something that you grew. So on a positive note, I want to show you some of the plants that are starting to bloom in my garden. So here is my lily box, and as you can remember from last video that I posted, I have half of my box planted in dahlias, and then I have it half planted with lilies. And look at these ones, they're starting to plump up, so I might have more in a few days here, but I wanted to show you which ones are blooming today. This one. So these are the first of my lily that are blooming. Very dainty looking flower. Beautiful. So I wanted to show you something in the greenhouse that is blooming. One of my roses, my David Austin roses, is blooming, and it's the carding mill. Look at all these flowers. There's one that's coming too. This is its second bloom for the season. Beautiful. And I wanted to show you some of the things that are blooming so beautifully in the greenhouse right now. You're looking at my little corner where I sit here. I have million bells. This is a double million bell right there. Some petunias there, some more petunias, million bells, and more petunias right there. Well, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.